Hello YouTube, LD50 here, and I'm back with another Borderlands video. Today we're going to be revisiting our melee Zane build. We've had a level cap increase recently to 65, and I thought it would be good to revisit the build. I'm also revisiting the build because with these extra skill points we are able to do without the Seeing Dead comm, which means that this build can be made with just the vanilla game items. You do not need any DLC to have this build work for you. We've made a couple of changes since the last build video. I will leave links to this build skill tree and to the previous build video in the description to this video, but let's just jump right in. So the one of the changes that we've made here is we've changed to a consecutive hits anointed face puncher as opposed to the action skill active anointed face puncher, and the reason we've done that is we want to be able to swap away to our Unforgiven there for the extra crit bonus against large enemies. If we still were using the action skill active anointed face puncher and we swapped away, when we swap back the anointment, the action skill active anointment is then no longer active. It's only active whilst you have the action skill active that you activated. Goodness me, that's difficult to say. But yes, for this build we would prefer to have the consecutive hits anointed face puncher. That gives us the ability, as I've just said, to swap to the trick Unforgiven for the bonus crit damage against larger enemies. The second major change is we've changed away from a Seeing Dead comm to the Infiltrator comm. The reason we've done that is we are able to get all the way down to the bottom of the blue tree and to get Seeing Red. So if we can get that, then we don't need the Seeing Dead comm. I've found that this comm is working better for this build because when we activate our action skill it breaks our shield. We're using the level 1 Brawler Ward. Description about this shield and how to get it in the previous video, but if we have the shield broken we have 300% melee damage. So activate action skill, immediately get 4 times damage. It's a no-brainer. We're using the same knife drain white elephant that we used in the previous build, and we're using the recurring hex with the on grenade throw anointment. And this one's a cryo. You can see it's only a level 60. We're using it mostly for the cryo damage to help to freeze enemies. The more cryo we have, the more chance of freezing enemies. Frozen enemies take extra damage from melee. So that's the major two major changes to the build over the previous one: Infiltrator comm and consecutive hits anointed face puncher rather than action skill active. We'll briefly look at the skills. We'll go down the blue tree first because that's the big change is we've gotten all the way down to Seeing Red so that we can activate our action. When we activate our action skill, our kill skills are activated. That's the reason why we're able to do away with the Seeing Dead comm and use the Infiltrator comm and make this a build that is only vanilla or non-DLC items. So 5 out of 5 into violent momentum. This is being boosted by the comm currently, and 5 out of 5 into violent speed. As you know, with Zane, speed is damage. The faster you go, the more damage you can do. 1 point into drone delivery to deliver that grenade from our drone. 5 out of 5 into cool hand because we need the reload. That will increase our DPS. As we're using a knife drain, I am now foregoing salvation. I believe in my previous build I had points here. You don't really need them. I'd rather use them further down the tree to allow me to get all the way to the capstone. 1 point into Death Follows Close to give us buffs to our kill skill bonus and our kill skill duration. 5 out of 5 into Violent Violence to allow us to shoot quicker. Being able to shoot quicker and to reload quicker will increase our DPS. 3 out of 3 into Good Misfortune to help extend the duration of our action skill. We're not using the Seeing Dead comm, so this is quite important. 1 point into Seeing Red. As we've discussed, we need to be able to activate our action skill. So the mechanic is you activate your action skill. It activates your kill skills. It breaks your shield. Broken shield gives you 4 times damage. You can see how this works. So obviously on the blue tree we're taking our drone, and we're going to take we're going to take our Winter's drone and Boomsday augments. I find these work very well. The one you want to stay away from is Static Field. You don't want your shield to come back. You want your shield down all the time to get that bonus melee damage. Down the double agent tree, we don't want to put any points into Praemunitus. 3 out of 3 in Praemunitus only gives us a 25% bigger magazine size, and on a low size magazine like the Face Puncher, it'll probably only give us at the maximum 2 more shots. So I feel that that's a waste of points. So we're putting our points into Synchronicity, Borrowed Time, Duct Tape Mod and Donnybrook. Max those out. Don't put any points into Fractal Frags because we want our clone to be shooting, not throwing grenades. Don't put a point into Quick Breather because we don't want our clone to be getting his shield back. We want the clone to get the benefit of the Brawler Ward as well. 1 point into Old U just to help us get up if we really need to. I'm not the best player in the world, so I do go down occasionally, and this can be very helpful. I've put a single point into Supersonic Man, and that is because I wanted to put more points into Trick of the Light. Trick of the Light will be active when we use Which One's Real as one of our augments. So when we deploy or swap to our clone, enemies will be drawn towards the clone, and then we will get the bonus 36% cryo damage. More cryo on the battlefield, more chance to freeze enemies. Frozen enemies take extra melee damage. You can see how this works. I like to have Doppelbanger so that I can kill my clone between combat areas. You can choose the augments that you like, but as long as you don't do anything to restore your shield or restore your clone shield. 1 point into Boom Enhance because that will give us all those lovely bonuses: gun damage, max health, fire rate, reload speed and digiclone duration, and then obviously topping out down to the capstone, double barrel to give our clone the Face Puncher, and also to give us this bonus gun damage by swapping. And then finally the Undercover Tree. We don't want to put any points into Ready for Action. We don't want our shield to come back quickly. We want our shield down all the time. And because our shield will be down all the time, we won't be getting the bonus from the Guardian perk topped off. So this will help us get our action skill back between it, deploying our clone and it dying, and then our drone may run out as well. We're not using the Seeing Dead comm, so we don't have those bonuses that comm gives us. So being able to get our action skill back quickly once they've ended is a good bonus. 5 out of 5 into Brain Freeze. The Face Puncher doesn't do crit damage, but the sticky bombs from the White Elephant will if you land them on a crit area. Guardian rank. We want to disable shield reboot and emergency response because we don't want our shield coming back. We want our shield down all the time. We use a knife drain that helps keep us alive. The knife drain element of the artifact is also activated by the clone's shot, so the clone will help to keep us alive. And with the clone having the same shield as us, whilst it is broken, it is getting the bonus melee damage, which will help to clear the battlefield, and would also help to get us back up if we don't want to use old U. Finally, we're getting all the way down to Groundbreaker, because melee attacks will trigger an aftershot, dealing 25% of all non-melee damage. The sticky bombs from the white elephant are non-melee damage. The face puncher damage is melee damage. So you want to have this Guardian perk here. And then finally, I'm using these modifiers. Speed Demon, because that will help us go fast. Going fast with Zane increases your damage. I would have preferred to have Healy Avenger rather than Mob Mentality for the second wind opportunities. That's why I've managed to get Drone Ranger, but quite frankly I got bored of re-rolling. This was the best combination I could find. And then finally, Dazed and Infused. It is the least objectionable of the very hard modifiers for this build, and the damage that the enemies do when they explode and release a nova also adds to the damage on the battlefield. We're going to run through the map, take care of the final boss. We'll have a little recap, I would imagine. Let's see how we go. Let's get our clone out there. As you can see, our shield has been taken down. Let's get our drone out there for the extra damage. Ooh, he jumped right towards me. There you go. Not taking any nonsense from these chaps.
Possible you picked the wrong battle.
And as you can see, we have no difficulty clearing these areas. Let's kill the clone using Doppelbanger. One thing to remember, Doppelbanger will have an area of an effect. It will blow up barrels, so if you happen to be standing near a barrel and you use Doppelbanger, you are likely to go down. So just be a little bit careful how you use Doppelbanger. We'll work our way through to the next area. There we go, deploy our drone. And even a badass heavy is no problem for this build. And we've gone down there, my poor gamesmanship, but let's see if our clone can get us up. Yeah, our clone can get us up without any bother at all. We didn't have to use old U. Let's take him out there if we can. Maybe if we can hit him, there you go. Let's pop him up the top, take care of these enemies. Now, I'm going to pop him down here. No, I'm not. He's run out. I was going to give you a demonstration of what Doppelbanger will do and how it can be dangerous. So let's just pop him there. And we'll retreat to a safe distance. And we'll kill him. And you'll see both of those barrels explode. Now, if we were stood there and we had used Doppelbanger, we would have killed ourselves our clone would have gone down and we wouldn't have been able to use old U to get back up. So that's why you need to be a little bit careful using Doppelbanger. Let's move on to the next area. Pop him down.
Yes, I'll come back later.
Clone out. Sorry, drone out. And there we go. No problem at all. Let's kill our clone, ready for the next area. We'll pick up a little bit of ammo from the machine before we proceed any further. I expect we're going to lose the drone here, but it will come back fairly quickly. And again, slightly poor gamesmanship for myself there. But we're back up again. It's a very forgiving build, this. Let's get our drone out. Obviously we get bonuses from synchronicity for having both of our action skills active. One thing to be aware is, because you have your shield down all of the time, or you're aiming to have your shield down all of the time, just be careful of barrels, because they will take you down. At Mayhem 10, barrels are probably the most dangerous enemy you'll you'll encounter. And everything is dying. Let's move round to the next area. We'll pop our wee man there to get ready for the badass that should appear any moment. Oh, I see. Here we go. Poor management of my action skills on my part, but no problem in dealing with these enemies.
And there is also my middle name.
Right, we shall wait for both of our action skills to come back before we proceed through to the final boss. I see we have an enemy stuck in the wall there. That happens quite a lot. And we will endeavour to get behind him, land some sticky bombs on his crit spot, and swap away to our Unforgiven for the bonus crit damage, just to see how easily we can take out the final boss on this map. And let's get behind him if we can. Well, right, we've got some sticky bombs on his back there. Nope. Let's try again. And I just want to demonstrate the crit swap element of this. If we can get something to land on his crit spot, we can swap away. Well, we didn't manage to get him to turn around sufficiently to get anything onto his crit spot there. Maybe we'll move over to Grave Ward quickly and just have a go there. More reliable enemy to deal with. But as you can see on this map, no problem whatsoever. I'll see you over at Grave Ward. Right, here we go. We're going to wait for Grave Ward to present his left arm. Gives us a nice easy crit spot to aim for. And we will put our clone down here. And we will deploy our drone. And there you go. By crit swapping, we took out Grave Ward very easily. So, that is my updated melee Zane level 65 vanilla items only build. I've had a lot of fun with this build. I think you will too. So I encourage you to give it a go. As I said, you don't need any DLC items to make this work. Anyway, that's the build for today. I've been LD50, you've been lovely, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.